A person in the mode of goodness is satisfied by his work or intellectual pursuit. Just as a philosopher, scientist, or educator may be engaged in a particular field of knowledge and may be satisfied in that way. A man in the mode of passion may be engaged in fruitive activity. He owns as much as he can and spends for good causes. Sometimes he tries to open hospital or charitable institutions. These are the signs of work in the mode of passion, and the mode of ignorance covers the real knowledge. In the mode of ignorance, whatever one does is good, neither for him nor for anyone. Mm. So actually, in the previous verses we were discussing, in the 14.4, we discussed that Krishna saying, Sarva Yonishu Kaunteya, Aham Bij Pradapita. I am the seed given father in all species of life. And Krishna is saying, Mother Nature gives us the body under the direction of Krishna. And this material nature is having three modes, Sattva Guna, Rajaguna, and Tamaguna, goodness, passion, and ignorance. That binds us. Then there are different conditioning mentioned in the previous verses. Discuss that Sattva Guna also, a person is like a first class prisoner, doesn't take seriously about the purpose of human life. In a Sattva Guna, person thinks, oh, my life is going good, I have made a lot of money, or I'm into, I'm not a sinful person as such. The person thinks that way. This was the previous verse. We have done 14.5, 14.6. So the problem with Sattva Guna is that person becomes compliant. Compliant means not concerned about solving the real problems of life. That is Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. Like sometimes I think that this materially, so-called materially advanced person, they think we don't need God. But everybody will die. Everybody gets old. Everybody catches diseases. Everybody goes through the trouble of Janma. Hmm? So Satagun mein kya hai? It's like that rabbit race. Rabbit is thinking, I'm already the winner. Why to take life so seriously? So the mishap. So there Prabhupada was writing that this sense of advanced happiness in conditioned life makes them bound by the mode of goodness or material nature. So we are on a journey. Even if one is in the first class compartment in a train, still person is on the journey. Person can't say कि यहीं पे अच्छा है, यहीं पे रहना. No, one day everybody has to get down from the train. And where the person will get down? As per the karma and desire. So karma creates our next body. Karma creates our future. Then in the seventh, it was the mode of passion. Person is very restless, super active. Mode of passion is born of unlimited desires and longings. So son of Kunti. So person is born to material action. Working day and night, very hard, very hard. No time to take care of the physical health. Forget about emotional, psychological, and spiritual health. Mostly the word is saying be passionate, be passionate. But then it was discussed that passion alone is not enough. We have to be compassionate. Then, because these verses are missed for some of you, so 14.7 it was saying the whole world is acting by the attraction between man and woman. So then they think we should have a big house and all sort of things. This is mode of passion. One develops hankering for material enjoyment. He wants to enjoy sense gratification. This is 14.7. For sense gratification, a man in the mode of passion wants some honor in society or in nation. He wants to have a happy family with nice children, wife, and house. But as long as one is hankering after these things, he has to work hard. So in the Vedic time, still we used to think that the person in the mode of goodness is advanced civilization. But what is today's time? Everyone thinks we should be passionate. And I think passionate people are advanced. But where is the problem with passion? Passion is also blinding us. to self-realization. भगवद गीता में कर्म करने के लिए कहा है, but इतना कर्म करने के लिए नहीं कहा है that you forget that you are beyond body or spirit, soul, you have some eternal duties also. And if you don't connect to Krishna, then life is very hazy. In that restlessness, you are making more money, but ultimately you die that way only, without understanding the true purpose of life. So there we have discussed that it's not that family life is condemned. Family life centered around sense gratification is condemned. Otherwise, there's a better spiritual, scriptural understanding of family life, that is Grihastha Ashram. That is when you make Bhagavan as the center of your family life, and the family members are not just together for sense gratification or to go for more and more material things, but they're together so that they can spiritually uplift or help each other in the spiritual elevation also. Because the same way we are on a journey. I think that was the second year MBBS fest. I was attending in Chandigarh and there was some junction rail आता गड्डी आवे गड्डी जावे. So this world is like a railway junction. एक गाड़ी आती है दूसरी गाड़ी जाती है. हाँ. तो अगर हम गाड़ी से इतना अटैच हो जाएंगे and we don't focus which direction we are going, then we lose the rare opportunity of human life. Let me see the time also. Then तमोगुण में क्या है? तमोगुण का व्यक्ति lazy, frustrated है. Madness, indolence, and sleep. And there Prabhupada was mentioning that 6 hours of sleep is sufficient. But that 6 hours, if you are sleeping on time, because even if you are sleeping at 2 a.m. and you sleep till 10 a.m. in the morning, but you will not feel that rejuvenated if you sleep on time. Because it's like research, it's like well researched topic. So it's well published also. The Vedic study is far advanced. But nowadays, modern day people are also understanding this 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. sleep. These 3 hours are very conducive, very healthy to for the detoxification and rejuvenation. So good sleep is in that hour. But usually, when we come to college life, we think that we are up till late night and we spoil our body actually because sleep cycle get disturbed, eating habits are disturbed, and mind is unnecessarily getting too much of data. So this ignorant person is ignorant of the real purpose of life. Even he or she is not active to do the material things also. Now, in the today's verse, we have done Sattvam Sukhe Sanjati Raja Karmani Bharata Jnanam Avrityatu Tama Pramade Sanjayati Uta. So all three modes of material nature are binding and blinding us to self-realization. मोड ऑफ गुडनेस में हमारी लाइफ तो हैप्पी चल रही है, भगवान का क्या जरूरत है. जबकि जन्म मृत्यु जरा व्याधि कोरोना ऑल नेचुरल कैलेमिटीज विल कम टू एवरीवन. वो डिफरेंशिएट नहीं करते. और जब आग लगती है रियले में, सो देयर इज नो डिफरेंशिएशन. मिजरी सबके लिए कॉमन. Passion conditions one to fruitive action, and ignorance covering one's knowledge binds one to madness. So by chanting Krishna's name, by reading Bhagavad Gita, understanding Bhagavad Gita, we are trying to come out of the modes because Krishna is the master of the material nature. Maya adhyakshena prakriti suyate sacharacharam. Because Bhagavan Krishna is beyond the mode, so chanting his name is coming beyond the mode because his name is known different from him. And this getting up early in the morning also, we are tuning with the mode of goodness actually. From the lower modes, we have to rise to the higher modes. So the morning time is Sattva Guna, daytime is Rajas, and night hours are Tamas. So we should be, like this I've shared last time, that a yogi and a bhogi is active in the mode of ignorance, and a yogi is active in the mode of goodness, means morning time. So morning time you charge your battery with the spiritual strength, and whole day do your duties in Krishna conscious ways without getting attached to the results. Can you tell me the time?
5:58.
5:58. Okay, we'll do one more. Rajas tamas cha abhibhuya. This is
Which is
14.10. Rajastamascha abhibhuya.
रजस्तमश्चाभिभूय
Sattvam bhavati bharata.
सत्त्वं भवति भारत
Rajasattvam tamascheva.
रजसत्त्वं तमश्चैव
Tamasattvam rajastata.
तमः सत्त्वं रजस्तथा.
So nobody can say, okay, my situation is better. I'm in mode of goodness. I'm not in mode of ignorance. Somebody might say that I'm in mode of passion. I'm better. But these are always mixed modes. Mixed modes. That's why a person who is thinking I'm all good person, my life is going good, but without connection with Bhagavan, person misuses the assets one has. You know, even if one has made a lot of money in good ways, but if it doesn't give spiritual values to the next generation and doesn't take it here himself or herself, they will degrade to the activities of passion and ignorance. So sometimes the mode of goodness become prominent, defeating the mode of passion and ignorance, O son of Bharata. Sometimes the mode of passion defeats goodness and ignorance, and other times ignorance defeats goodness and passion. In this way, there is always competition for supremacy. Yes, Samaya, read the purport, please. Purport by Sri Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki.
Jai. When the mode of passion is prominent, the mode of goodness and ignorance are defeated. When the mode of goodness is prominent, passion and ignorance are defeated. And when the mode of ignorance is prominent, passion and goodness are defeated. This competition is always going on. Therefore, one who is actually intent on advancing in Krishna consciousness has to transcend these three modes. The prominence of some certain mode of nature is manifested in one's dealing, in his activities, in eating, etc. All this will be explained in later chapters, but if one wants, he can develop by practice mode of goodness and thus defeat the mode of ignorance and passion. One can similarly develop mode of passion and defeat goodness and ignorance. Or one can develop mode of ignorance, defeat goodness and passion. Although there are these three modes of material nature, if one is determined, he can be blessed by the mode of goodness, and by transcending the mode of goodness, he can be situated in pure goodness, which is called as Vasudeva state, a state in which one can understand the science of God. By the manifestation of particular activities, it can be understood in what mode of nature one is situated. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So here Srila Prabhupada is telling that nobody should think कि मैं तो lazy हूँ या मेरा तो कुछ हो ही नहीं सकता. हाँ? So we are not slave of the modes. We can make a choice and come out of the lower modes. So from the passion and ignorance, we should rise up to goodness, and from goodness we should transcend the modes. Means Shuddha Sattva. So how this is done, Ashok Prabhupada is mentioning in the further chapters. We'll discuss that kind of food, our eating habits, our association, the activities we do, everything is in different mode of people have different way of working. So by changing the way we act or we eat and we associate, we can change our modes. Suppose if all the time we are watching movies that full of lust, anger, violence, then we are taking so much of mode of passion and ignorance, predominantly ignorance. So when we are associating with ignorance, tamas, how can we expect a sense of happiness and illumination, enlightenment in our life? How can we experience? So we have to change the settings. By changing the settings, we can rise from the lower modes to goodness and then beyond goodness, that is Shuddha Sattva. So this, then one can understand the science of self-realization, science of God. So why we are discussing these modes? Because पूरा life यही नहीं पता लगता है कि we are getting controlled by the modes. We can come beyond it. Sometimes some days goes very nice. We are very happy. Some days we just want to sleep. We don't want to work. and so much of negative feelings. That is ignorance. Sometimes we think day and night I should just work, 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 work. So we get caught up by moods. So we should be the master of our senses. Not that the senses and mind should drive us. And how to be the master of senses and mind, that is Goswami, by taking shelter of the actual master of the senses, who is Bhagavan Krishna. Bhagavan Krishna's one name is Rishikesha. Rishi means senses, Isha means master. So Krishna is the master of the senses because we are part and parcel of Krishna, but this body also that we receive from the Mother Nature is actually coming from Krishna. So actually, जिससे मिला है उनसे connect करेंगे, you know, what is the duty of Ansha is to serve the poor. So when we connect to Krishna through Bhakti Yoga, then all our energies, all our assets are being utilized perfectly. So Rishikena Rishikesha Sevanam Bhakti Ruchyate. इंद्रियों से इंद्रियों के स्वामी कृष्ण का सेवा करना भक्ति कहलाता means perfect use of our senses, our mind, our body, our life is in accepting the words of Bhagavad Gita as the ultimate guidance, and that way we can achieve the perfection in human life. Because only Krishna can tell us which is the best way to utilize our life, in which direction we should go. Otherwise, we will not make the full use of human body we receive. We will waste it like an animal body. So by the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we can use what we have in a perfect way to achieve the ultimate perfection of human life. That is to go beyond the cycle of birth, death, old age, and disease, and in the present life to do our duties in Krishna conscious way. Okay? We'll connect tomorrow again. It's already 6:05. Anybody has any doubt? शंख बजने वाला है हमारे यहाँ. हाँ? ये सतोगुण रजोगुण तमोगुण हमको समझना होगा क्योंकि हम जब तक until unless we analyze our life, जब पता ही नहीं कि प्रॉब्लम कहाँ है तो सोल्यूशन पे कैसे आएगी, है ना? हमको देखना होगा. अगर लग रहा है कि मेरा माइंड मुझे टू मच ऑक्यूपाई करके रखता है, इग्नोरेंस है. अगर मैं टू मच कंपटीशन से दूसरों से कंपेयर करती रहती हूँ, कंप्लेन रहता है, क्रिटिसिज्म रहता है, पैशन से अफेक्ट हो रहे हैं. और अगर हम सोच रहे हैं हाँ अच्छा चल रहा है, ठीक है, यू नो विल अर्न नाइसली, नो, मतलब जब आप यही नहीं सोच रहे कि दिस लाइफ इज अ जर्नी, डोंट मिस द गोल. We have done one verse before. If you know the goal of human life, that is self-realization, to go back to the spiritual world, and nothing can stop us, nothing can shake us, nothing can break us. Hmm? So thank you so much, everyone, for joining. We'll connect soon again. Today I have hospital duties all day. So we'll connect soon, tomorrow. Hare Krishna, thank you so much. Very grateful to
Hare
each
Krishna
one.
Mataji. Then
Bye.
Pranam.
Hare Krishna.